Traveling by small boats from a cruise ship to shore in ports without a dedicated pier can be an exciting part of any voyage. However, for guests aboard the Noordam of Holland America line, that experience took a dramatic turn when a sudden squall swept through the area on Wednesday, January 14th, 2026, turning an ordinary port call into an unforgettable and unsettling event. The incident occurred midway through the ship's epic 42-day one-way voyage from Sydney to Auckland, which departed Australia on December 21, 2025. The squall materialized suddenly off Kiriwina Island in Papua New Guinea, a port of call scheduled from 8 a.m. to 5 p.m. The weather was initially calm enough to commence tender operations as planned, but the squall brought sudden winds of up to 40 knots, 46 miles per hour, to the immediate area. According to Paul and Carol Love to Travel, who were on board the Noordam at the time, deck chairs were sent flying across the ship's open decks, and the vessels ferrying passengers between the ship and the island were forced to halt operations and wait out the severe weather. Because it was unsafe for the tenders to approach the ship, 700 passengers were stranded on the island, while some passengers already in the boats were left rocking on the waves for up to 90 minutes. Footage of the incident shows the small boats rocking violently in the wind and rain, with the canvas covers protecting the entryways flapping wildly in the gusts. At times, the bows of the tenders can be seen plunging in and out of the rough surf. The situation was undoubtedly frightening and unpleasant for guests inside the auxiliary boats, though fortunately, no injuries were reported. The boats sustained minor cosmetic damage, but nothing structural, and the vessels remained intact. Additionally, the stranded passengers were only unable to leave the island temporarily while waiting for the squall to pass before operations could resume. In the meantime, food and water were brought ashore to keep everyone as comfortable as possible. Back on board the Noordam, the captain made several announcements to keep guests informed of the situation and the status of ongoing operations. Once the squall subsided, all guests were transported safely back to the ship without further incident, and the Noordam was able to conclude its visit. Although the dramatic video might make the situation look perilous, these small boats are fully equipped to handle such conditions and are designed to resist capsizing or sinking, even if they take on water. Since local communities cannot provide transfer services for a vessel as large as the Noordam, which carries 1,916 passengers, the ship utilizes its own lifeboats as tenders in such remote locations. Each tender can accommodate at least 90 guests, though it is unknown if they were fully loaded when the squall hit. Every tender is crewed by experienced sailors, capable of handling such harsh environments if necessary. All small boats are also equipped with life jackets and other emergency gear. Naturally, such intense rocking in the tenders would be unpleasant, and it is quite possible that many passengers experienced seasickness and other discomforts during the squall. However, several guests noted that the crew members did a fantastic job under such unusual circumstances. It really demonstrates the skill and expertise of the tender pilots, who were able to manage the situation and ensure safety, if not comfort, for everyone, one guest noted. Another passenger commented, "The crew handled the situation perfectly." The Noordam continues its journey. Despite the brief squall, which made the visit to Kiriwina Island much more memorable than anticipated, the Noordam was able to proceed with its extensive cruise. The 82,500 gross ton vessel is currently on a major transoceanic itinerary. After departing Sydney, Australia on December 21, 2025, the ship visited numerous prominent Australian ports, including Burnie, Adelaide, Port Arthur, Melbourne, and Brisbane. Earlier in the voyage, the ship was forced to skip a scheduled call in Townsville due to the impact of Cyclone Koji. Following the dramatic events in Papua New Guinea, the Noordam will continue its eastward path. The remaining itinerary includes stops in the Solomon Islands, Vanuatu, Fiji, Tonga, and multiple ports in New Zealand. The ship is scheduled to finally disembark in Auckland on February 1, 2026.